Hello, this is Malorian, and this will be a 30-point game of my eLylyth up against eKreoss. Alright, so my buddy needed another game, and on my side, I had just finished painting the Scather crew and finished painting the Ravagore, so I thought, hey, let's throw them into a list, made it shooty, and decided, yeah, let's go for eLylyth. So on my side, I have Anissa Rivel, the Scather, Typhon, eLylyth, the Ravagore, and then Min Raptors. Over on my opponent's side, he has, you can see the racks out, he has eKreoss there, he has a Reckoner on the right, he's actually proxying to have the Avatar, he also has one of the other jacks, he has the Choir, and he also has two Vassals, which is going to be a problem, and he also has a little ninja guy that charges out really fast and blah blah blah, whatever. But anyway, this mission here is one with the artillery where you can shoot into the zones, and I was really surprised when my opponent deployed like this because you need to be really controlling the zone or the objective with your caster, and obviously you can see here he's on completely the opposite side. He deployed second, and so I'm figuring now that he's either going to be really gunning for an assassination or that he's also just be gunning to destroy my objective to make sure I can't win by objective. So we're going to have to see how this one works out. So here's a close-up of his guys here, just so you can figure out my banter. Behind the building on the left is that one little solo that I can't remember her name, and yeah, should be interesting. Alright, so I get first turn, and I just looked it up. The solo is Nicaea, and the third jack there is a Crusader. And really, stuff is just moving in position. I want to be fairly careful. I don't want the Reckoner just to be shooting me and taking me down, so I have the Raptors behind the wall, and then I have Shadow Pack going on. The Scather crew, I mean, they're just completely out of it, so they're just rushing over to try and get into position. And I'm really just trying to be in a spot where I can counter him. So he moves up, as you see here, and this is where I learn I'm going to have a pretty damn hard fight because his Choir is making it so I can't shoot his jacks, and he has a spell on his Choir so that if I ever kill any of them, my guy's going to be knocked down. So there'll be no real hit and run. My prey target is actually the Choir, so that's going to suck because I mean, I can go up and shoot one guy, but then Anissa Rivel will fall down and somebody's going to come over and smash her. So not really liking the look of this, and I'm going to have to try and figure something out. Alright, so I should have mentioned he put eLylyth on the Avatar and on the Crusader, and not wanting any more of that nonsense, I decided to try and take them out. So I throw out my Raptors, I shoot down both of his Vassals, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. I also put Pincushion on the Reckoner there, but then realized when I was about to start shooting at him that I couldn't shoot him. So that's going to be a big waste. You can see that my Raptors could be charged and taken out, but I'm completely fine with that. He can come in, kill my Raptors, and then I'll go back and I'll kill him with my jacks. So if he wants to do that trade, that's fine, and otherwise I get the pressure on him as far as mission goes. So his turn, he does push up, he kills two of my Raptors as you see there. Otherwise things are spreading out. You can see where Nicaea is there to try and be a little bit of a pain, and there's some Choir there trying to block my shots and all that on her. And yeah, I love this. Now I can go in and smash them with my jacks, and I should really make them pay for it. And meanwhile, I've already got one of the scenario points. Alright, so to start this one here, I got pretty lucky. I activated my artillery and aimed it at Nicaea, got a really small scatter, and killed her and one of the Choir. So that was fairly lucky, so I don't need to worry about that ninja anymore. And then I kind of looked at it and went, well, there's only so much I can do, and I think I'm just going to go for the scenario win. So what I did then is, unfortunately the Avatar is having a thing up to his Manos Gaze, so everything has to go towards him, and it also kind of sucked that my one Raptor failed its command check. And so really all I did was first go in with Typhon, try and smash up the Avatar, hoping to get one of those critical pitches. Didn't happen, didn't do very much damage either, and so then what I did was went up, grabbed him with my Ravagore, and threw him into the Crusader to make sure that they're both knocked down. I grabbed another scenario point, and I mean, Anissa Rivel was just moved up there just to be attempt to keep him away. But at this point, if he doesn't somehow either destroy my objective, kill eLylyth, or we already know that eKreoss is out of range to get within 4 inches of my objective, that's it. I'm going to win the game. So then his turn 3, he starts things off and he brings up the choir, does a +2/+2, and then charges in eKreoss into Typhon, and then I'm not sure what his complete plan was, but that's when he kind of realized what he's doing is pretty much wasting his time. I think he might have even missed Typhon as well. It was pretty sad, but yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what his plan was. We had talked about some things where maybe he could try killing the Ravagore and then charging through with the Avatar, but the way he had it, it just didn't seem that it lined up. Things were just in the way, and it just didn't happen. So there you go. So victory to Everblight and to eLylyth, and this one just really comes down to making sure that you're playing the scenario. You know, we talked about after, it was fairly surprising about how he had gone on the opposite side. If he just would have done the same brick but gone on the other side by his artillery, then he could have really not had to worry about this whole scenario win. I think, well, the big reason why he did do this was just trying to make it so that my ranged options on the left side would be a waste, but really the 3-point Scather and the 4-point Inessa Rival, which is fast enough to counter anyway, wasn't enough to be a reason to try and ignore the scenario. So, unfortunate loss for my buddy, but a big lesson to be learned. So thanks for watching. Bye.